Wednesday edition of the Liz and Jenny Show. My name is Liz Deerking. We all know the beautiful brunette next to me, Jenny Andrews, but today we have a very special guest for you. Jenny, bring it in.
We have Rob Hocking joining us today. He is the Global Head of Derivatives from the Cboe. Thank you so much for coming on our show
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having me. I think, as they say in the radio world, long-time listener, first-time caller. So thanks for having me on.
We're really excited to have Rob here today. Just would you do us a favor? Now, I can give your resume, but why don't you tell us just a tiny bit about yourself?
Tiny bit. Okay, started in 2000 as a market maker. Traded in the SPX. I've traded in the VIX over my career. Basically, in call it 2018, left the trading world to come to the exchange side. I've been at Cboe for about 7 years, running product development and now global derivatives.
Wonderful, yeah. So once again, he is a product of this environment, just like the three of us.
Just like the two of us. We came on in '97, so you were here just a few years after.
Yeah, it's kind of it's an environment you can't forget, and clearly you can never get away from.
Oh no, I said that earlier. This is Hotel California.
Exactly.
You can never leave.
But we do love it here. We do love it here.
Absolutely.
And we love options. We love trading, and so do our viewers. Let's talk a little bit about how hot options trading has become since COVID. It's exploded.
How about we get just the options in general, or are we going to talk about the SPX?
Just options in general.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everybody's seen the volume numbers. They've exploded. And I think the beauty of that is customers are learning that optionality is a good thing, defining your own outcome of where you want to take your investment. And so you hear from all of the different platforms that, call it 4 to 8% of a lot of customers on these retail broker platforms are options enabled. And so to me, we're in the early innings of that, and it's exciting to see in a world that we know so well and one that we cut our teeth in, to now see retail customers benefiting from the same things that we learned how to do in the spread trading and different strategies, income generation. To now see that expand into retail is a fun time. And to be honest, given those percentages of who has access at this point, we've only just begun.
So I love that you said that, because I say this is in its infancy, but I don't have the numbers to back it up. He's got the numbers to back this up.
Well, and it's crazy to say, like, anything that's 52 years old, you rarely say it's in its infancy. I'm almost 52 years old, and I'm clearly not in my infancy. But it's an exciting time. We're seeing more and more people entering the space, and quite frankly, more and more people seeing the utility of the space, which is the best thing. And so education is key in that. Thank you for having me. I think, opportunities like this to talk about options are great, and teaching the market. We've also introduced a bunch of new programs out of our Options Institute to try to do the same thing, where we keep trying to build just user adoption and understanding of how they can benefit from defining their own outcome.
Now, can anyone out there sign up and be part of the Options Institute?
100%. Go to our website. I believe all you need is an email, and you can sign up for a lot of the online courses that we're giving in our learning portal.
Options Institute is a long-standing, I remember that from years and years and years ago.
Yeah, it's been around forever. We just hit our 40th anniversary. So yeah, it's great. We continue to evolve the product offering, the classes available. The team's been doing a wonderful job, and so and quite frankly, if any of your users have things they want to see, classes they want, please reach out to us, and we'll make sure that happens.
Yeah, we love it.
And who would they email?
That's a great question. Probably just info@cboe.com is a great place to start.
Okay, great.
You're good about that.
Great.
Okay, so now I want to bring it back to the retail trader, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
You can back up some of the things that we say on this. We just say it. We don't know if it's true or not. Maybe you can edify us. Is it true that how much of the percentage, or give us a number or quantify how much retail SPX is?
So it's a great question. I'll give you a few numbers.
Okay.
So first off, in 0DTE, we'll focus there first. The amount of volume coming in 0DTE from retail broker platforms is over 90%. And so it is a huge number, and it's actually been that way pretty much from the start in the launch of 0DTE. Now, I always like to qualify that, because certain people coming through retail broker platforms are not necessarily your traditional individual investor, or what we may think of as retail. But that group continues to get more and more sophisticated. I would say right now, if I were to go to retail specific, it's probably north of 55-60% is what I'd call that individual investor. And it's great. As I mentioned, they're getting more sophisticated. We're seeing things like algos being used, bots being used, figuring out, the spreads you want to trade and how to do them more efficiently and quicker with all of the different functionality.
Okay, hold on one second.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Jenny jump in because I don't want to step on Jenny. But so you saying 55% of the SPX 0 DTE volume is retail?
Yes. Yes. So 2.6 million contracts a day, back out 55%. You can do the math.
So we have taken over.
You have. It's been amazing.
And it's just in its infancy.
It's hard to tell. You never know. We get, obviously, at the exchange asked for volume, asked to predict the future all the time. Where are these products going? And I get real nervous in doing that. But when I think of, okay, here's the volumes we're seeing today. Here's the access point that people have. If only 4 to 8% of these platforms have access today, then it's has to be in its infancy.
And when the Cboe created the 0 DTE, they probably had no idea how it would take off.
So that is a funny story. We absolutely did not. I would argue, and I've used this analogy a few times, hopefully I don't get in trouble for doing it here, but it was kind of the thing like, you had one of the number one selling trucks and somebody calls you into the Ford F-150 and says, can you put air conditioning in the F-150? And you're like, wow, yeah, that makes sense. Why not? I drive my truck. Air conditioning would sure be nice. But you think of it as just kind of an extension of the product. It's not a new product. You're just adding Tuesdays and Thursday options to complete the full week. And what it allowed people to do is completely change their investment strategies. And the growth that we've seen from it is just amazing. If I think of volumes back before 0 DTE, we were in the 1.5-ish million options a day in SPX.
SPX was always the biggest pit on
Always
the
the
trading
biggest.
floor. Yeah,
always.
the biggest.
But to go from 1.5 to now, I think the average roughly between the last fourth quarter here, October, November, December, we're looking at 4.2 million options a day-ish, roughly. So 1.5 to 4.2 off something that was just adding Tuesdays and Thursdays into the mix, and now you just had options Monday through Friday. But it truly changed how you manage risk. It changed how you could manage downside risk. It changed how you could overwrite strategies and sell spreads. And it's been amazingly successful.
And we've been doing this. So we've been doing this show for about 15 years, and I can honestly say, I think in my opinion, the 0 DTE SPX or 0 DTE cash settled. So I know there's 0 DTEs all over. 0 DTE cash settled has changed, is the biggest game changer I've seen in the industry.
Absolutely, and
I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here.
No,
I'm not just saying that because we're here. We say that. I say that all the time.
And it's true. Whether I work for Cboe or not, it's just true. And it's the cash settled aspect of the product. When you can, because you're turning over your position so frequently, and every day it's expiring, and you're starting over the next day, to have a physical element that you would have to deal with coming into your portfolio, a physical stock, just makes it that much more operationally intensive, harder to manage. With the fact that your positions are just continually expiring into cash, and you have now either more or less cash, depending on how good you did that day, to now manage the next day, it just makes for a very, very easy product to use.
So with these cash settled products being so hot, Cboe decided to create a new cash settled product. We did.
We just on a week ago, this past Monday, launched the Mag 10 product. And Mag 10 is just the Magnificent 7 plus AMD, Broadcom, and Planter. We think it's just a better representation of so we got a lot of inbounds that people wanted to trade more cash settled dailies in single names. Those aren't available right now. We're working through how we could make those available, but the non-cash settled aspect of single name options makes it difficult.
Is bandwidth still an issue? I remember being on the trading floor years ago, and they'd be like, it's a bandwidth issue.
I don't think so. I think technology has been able to keep up with the advent of cloud store. I think most firms can keep up. I know the exchange can keep up. But at this point, it's more how is the product designed. So the Mag 10 is just targeting giving people an opportunity to get more exposure in a tighter basket, closer to that single name representation of some of the stocks that people are trading the most these days.
Yeah, well, it's not on the Tasty Trade platform yet, but I know everyone's excited about it. It just came out last week, so we've seen this with all new products. It takes a little bit of time for them to start building up steam, but everyone's eagerly awaiting it.
Well, and we're excited that you'll be adding it to the platform. On our side, too, we're building a market. It's brand new. I think we've traded roughly 5,000 contracts since launch, but in addition to that, we're also working through the regulatory process to add the daily expiries, so that those aren't even offered yet. So, you're not behind. We're excited to be doing this together with the market.
Yeah, and so, and kind of springboarding off that too, those names are names that, and I like the 0DTEs I use. I think it's the best teaching tool that I've got for the younger viewers. Like I've got my son doing that too, and so that's also names that he knows. So instead of me being like SPX, he's like, "What's SPX?" It's everything.
Absolutely. And that's kind of the key to this. I feel, I've often said people have more of an emotional attachment to single names, whether you like the company, the management, what they stand for.
You can say you don't, but everybody's emotionally attached to something.
Absolutely. And I think, when we can service that need, provide the cash settled aspect that's so valuable to how people are using the products today, I think it's a home run.
And the cash settled is huge for the young people, because the young people have smaller accounts.
That's right.
And they have to deal with the pattern day trading. So if it's cash settled, they could put on a position and just leave it.
Let it expire.
Yes.
That's right. It's so much
instant
easier.
gratification for them. You find out if you're making money that day instead of having to wait 45 days till expiration.
Well, it's funny you say that. Yeah, that is the trend of the market. I think it's incredibly exciting, and we could probably, maybe I'll come back, we can probably speak novels even about the event contract space and how instant gratification is, I think, driving a lot of that, and it's exciting times.
Yeah, for sure.
So what is next for Cboe? What's coming in 2026? Are you working on any other products?
So yeah, we will, I would argue, we just launched Mag 10. We hope to continue to grow that with folks like yourself.
I don't know if you caught our segment yesterday. We filmed from in front of the Mag 10.
I love it.
They were a great crowd.
I love it.
They were. You know
Absolutely.
what? It is a great crowd over there for the Mag 10. Some veterans that have been on the floor that we knew from when we were on the floor in the 90s. They've been here for 45 years or so. Yeah. And those are the market makers in the Mag 10.
Well, Rob probably knows all these spaces.
I do.
Well.
I do. And luckily, they're not throwing things at me right now. And if you didn't notice, like even some of the new products we're bringing to the floor, we really want that floor presence. And so we're looking to bring more products to the floor, have a pit environment, because we do think it adds a lot of value to the overall liquidity profile of the product. As for other new things, on Monday we launched 2 continuous digital futures, which were a new thing. It's a hot topic. A lot of people like trading more in the digital space. We've had pretty good success since launch, and we're on day 3, but we're already with our Ethereum future trading in the thousands of contracts a day, which is great for the start of a contract.
That's wonderful.
And then into next year, we'll be leaning heavily into the event space and how Cboe can get involved in that. I think you've heard from Craig and others on the Cboe platform that we're staying away from some of the exciting things like sports, and we're focusing more on financial derivatives, economic derivatives. But given what we've seen in 0DTE, and quite frankly how I believe 0DTE is being even used as an event contract, it's exciting to kind of expand our user group into that space.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And do you have any last questions?
No, he's a very important person. We know he has a heart out, because we are lucky to have your time.
Well, thank you.
While I've got you on air, so we can pin it down, would you ever like to come back and join us again?
I would, anytime you would like. I love talking shop, so anytime you would like. This is fun. Thanks for having me, truly.
Oh, thank you for coming on.